Hey everybody, I want to give you a quick rundown on my first experience with these artist acrylic paints. I started with this yellow. I did some testing on spoons. I don't know if I showed this before or not, but I thinned this one with alcohol. Came out pretty good. Did this one with Mr. Leveling Thinner. Also came out pretty good. And I tried with window cleaner, and it was a huge failure. And I thought maybe it was the spoon because it's different, and so I shot it onto a primered piece of styrene also, and same results. It's just like it repelled the paint. So moving on from that, after I thought I had a good plan, I decided to paint this Nova. And I spent all day, and I realized it's not, the vision in my head isn't what it came out, because my skills of these small designs are not the best, but I also had some problems with the paint. And what I did is every color that I put on, I shot clear over before I taped against it, and I used just this generic just hardware store clear, which works fine. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but I had problems with getting the paint to blend. Let me go back to the bench here. With getting the paint to blend with the thinner, because this paint, I think I know I showed this before, but it's like really thick. It's almost like a cream. See, it's not even running out, just starting to. So what it ended up happening was it got kind of lumpy when I was thinning it with Mr. Leveling Thinner. I even tried regular cheap lacquer thinner, and it just would not blend. But I managed to get the first three colors on, and when I wanted to do the blue, I came up with a new plan. So I found an old jar, and I actually went back to the alcohol, and this is the alcohol that I can get here. I can't get isopropyl alcohol. This is actually ethyl alcohol. It works fine, you know, but what I found with these paints, being as they're so thick and creamy, I took an empty jar and I put the paint and I put the alcohol in the paint, and I shook it rather than trying to stir in the alcohol to thin it. I just shook it up, and it came out really. Let me find the jar that I used. I used an old Tamiya jar, but this is what I have left after painting. Let's see if I can get the camera in there. See, it's I apologize for my style of filming here. It's not working so good. But anyway, it looks like real paint now after shaking it up. So when I sprayed the blue on this body, it worked good. But it was dull, you know, like acrylics would be. So this morning, after I let it dry overnight, I shot again that cheap clear over top of it, and now I'm going to put the decals on, and hopefully I can hide some of my bad spots here with some decals, and then I'm going to put the 2K clear over it, which I know will be fine. You can put that over anything. But here's the spoon that I shot. It's a really nice color. I mean, I love these colors. It's just, they seem like they're a lot more work than real paint. Well, now that I have a way of, you know how to mix it by shaking it, if I can find enough empty jars to mix it up in, it works okay. But it seems like even cleaning the airbrush, it's not as easy as real paint. Like the Mr. Hobby and the Tamiya, that stuff all cleans out real easy. Just flush it with lacquer thinner. But this acrylic, it seems like it kind of, I don't want to say balls up, but it's harder to get out of the airbrush. So my use of the acrylics is going to be limited. I think I'll stick to real paint unless I want to do something that I can use these colors, because I mean I really like the pearly colors. did buy a couple more. Pull this down. I showed the blue before, I know, but this one I just bought. It's like a silver or white pearl. The orange I think I showed. I bought a couple greens. I should have had these out. Oh, I just got this copper. And there's the silver. This one I know I showed before. That's one of the stripes on that body is in that color. I also got this green. They do have some really neat colors. Oh no, I got two more here. Another blue that's a little bit lighter. And another green that's a little bit lighter. I think that's most of the colors that this company makes. There may be one or two more that I didn't buy. Yeah, there is. There's some golds, I know. But I bought a lot of them for not knowing if I'm going to use them or not. And I'll use them eventually. I mean, like I said, I like paint. I'm a paint junkie. But maybe as I get a little more proficient using them a little bit more, I'll get more comfortable with them. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show right now. I'll save the update on the other cars for the next video, but just give one more last look at this Nova. And I'm sure the next time you see this, it'll be finished. There's still a lot of work to do. I mean, the chassis is done, but I have decals and more clear and lights. Paint the grill. I got to do the bumpers and final assembly, so it'll be a little while yet, but I wanted to show you my experience with these paints, and hopefully it helps somebody, at least with the mixing, knowing the trick of shaking rather than stirring, as James Bond would say. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.